November 1971, 10 Seconds to Death. In November 1971, Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Gregory Porter was born in Sacramento, California. One of Porter's most popular songs is Insanity, which is a word that many would have used to describe what was going on in Northern Ireland at the same time. The IRA started November as they finished October, killing 2 RUC members. Stanley Corrie, 28, and William Russell, 31, were shot while investigating a burglary at the Avoca Shopping Centre, Andersonstown, Belfast. On the 2nd of November, the Provisional IRA exploded a bomb inside a pub on the Ormeau Road, Belfast. At around 4:25 p.m., 3 IRA members entered the Red Lion pub beside Ballinafay RUC station on the Ormeau Road in Belfast. 2 of them planted a bomb while the other guarded them with a gun. Before leaving the pub, one of the IRA men shouted, "You have 10 seconds to get out." Some customers ran out the front door, but others who tried to leave by the side door found it had been locked for security reasons. The bomb exploded only about 6 seconds after the warning. The walls collapsed and the roof fell in. Around 30 people were injured, and many of them were buried under rubble. 3 Protestant civilians were killed: John Cochran, 67, Mary Gemmell, 55, and William Jordan, 31, who died 2 days later. At the same time, another bomb exploded in a shop on the other side of the RUC station. The Belfast Telegraph reported, "There is no doubt in the minds of police that the police station was the target. Both bombs were placed against the inner walls of the pub and the shop in an attempt to bring down the station on top of the RUC men inside." An RUC spokesman added, "Even if they did miscalculate the fuse of the bomb, 10 seconds was certainly not nearly enough to allow everyone to get out." The 4th of November saw deaths at the hands of both the IRA and the British Army in Belfast. British Army officer Stephen Maguire, 20, died 7 weeks after being shot by an IRA sniper at Henry Taggart British Army Base, Ballymurphy, Belfast. Civilian Christopher Quinn was shot while walking along an entry by Unity Flats, off Upper Library Street, Belfast. On the same day, Northern Ireland Prime Minister Brian Faulkner went to London for a meeting with Labour Party leader Harold Wilson and British Home Secretary James Callaghan. Kathleen Thompson, 47, a civilian, was shot dead by British soldiers as she stood in her garden in Rathlin Drive in the Cregan area of Derry on the 6th of November. An inquest held in 1972 returned an open verdict. Then in 2013, the Attorney General for Northern Ireland ordered a new inquest, which began in 2018, but was then adjourned and later resumed in 2021. As reported by the BBC on the 29th of June 2022, the new inquest ruled that the soldier was unjustified in firing the fatal shots. The coroner, Mrs. Justice Sandra Crawford, said, "I cannot be satisfied that Soldier D held an honest belief he was under fire." Members of the Thompson family welcomed the finding and the acknowledgement that our mother was a totally innocent civilian whose killing was never properly investigated at the time. From the 7th to the 11th of November, 2 British soldiers and 2 RUC officers were killed by the IRA. Off-duty British soldier Paul Genge, 18, was shot from a passing car while walking along Tandragee Road, Lurgan, County Armagh, on the 7th of November. British soldier Ian Curtis, 23, was shot by an IRA sniper while on British Army foot patrol, Foyle Road, Derry, on the 9th of November. RUC officers Dermot Hurley, 50, and Walter Moore, 37, were shot by the IRA while in a shop at the rear of Old Park RUC Base, Old Park Road, Belfast, on the 11th of November. On the 12th of November, a Dutch seaman, René Heemskerk, was shot dead by Republican paramilitaries in Belfast. He had left his ship to go to a dentist on the Grosvenor Road. He was in the waiting room of the dentist's surgery when he was shot, and was allegedly mistaken for an off-duty British soldier. He was from Heemskerk in the Netherlands. The 12th of November also saw the announcement that the RUC were to be given automatic weapons to protect police stations. The Compton Report was published on the 16th of November, 1971. The report was based on the inquiry into allegations against the security forces of physical brutality in Northern Ireland, arising out of events on the 9th of August, 1971. The report acknowledged that there had been ill treatment of internees, what was termed in-depth interrogation, but rejected claims of systematic brutality or torture. In the last 13 days of November, a further 13 people lost their lives in the ongoing troubles in Northern Ireland. British Army officer Edwin Charnley, 22, was shot by the IRA while on British Army Guard duty guarding a bus depot on Anderson Street, Short Strand, Belfast, on the 18th of November. IRA member Michael Crossy, 21, died in a premature bomb explosion at the Cellar Lounge Bar, Church Place, Lurgan, County Armagh, on the 22nd of November. Civilian Bridget Carr, 24, died 4 days after being shot by the IRA during a sniper attack on a nearby British Army patrol while walking along Lifford Road, Strabane, County Tyrone, on the 23rd of November. British Army officer Colin Davies, 38, was killed attempting to defuse an IRA bomb left in a car showroom, William Street, Lurgan, County Armagh, on the 24th of November. Civilian customs officials Ian Hankin, 27, and James O'Neill, 39, were shot by IRA snipers firing at a British Army patrol guarding Killeen Customs Post, near Newry, County Armagh, on the 27th of November. British Army officer Paul Nichols, 18, was shot by an IRA sniper while on British Army foot patrol on St James Crescent Falls, Belfast, on the 27th of November. Off-duty British soldier Robert Benner, 25, was found shot in Tir, near Crossmaglen, County Armagh, on the 29th of November. He had been returning from his fiancée's home in Dundalk when he was attacked. A non-specific Republican group was cited as responsible in the Sutton archive. A news report claimed he had been tortured. At the end of November, there were also some further political developments. Labour Party leader Harold Wilson proposed that Britain should work towards a withdrawal from Northern Ireland, with the consent of Protestants, after 15 years. As part of the proposal, the Republic of Ireland would rejoin the British Commonwealth. On the 30th of November, the government of the Republic of Ireland stated that it would take the allegations of brutality against the security forces in Northern Ireland to the European Court of Human Rights. Thanks for listening to this episode of Tales of the Troubles. If you enjoyed this episode or any others, please like or comment to help the algorithm reach other like-minded people. To ensure you never miss an episode, please click the follow button and enable notifications. If you have family or friends who would also like this podcast, please share. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we take a closer look at December 1971. Thank you.